This is Dave Hedrick. Here in the morning of Banjothon 2013. I am with the architect of Banjothon, Mr. Larry Mathis, and Larry's going to tell us a little bit about the history of Banjothon, and then he's going to take a banjo through its paces. Go ahead, Larry.
Okay. Well, ever since I was a child, I love banjos. My grandpa had a banjo, and all my aunts played, or not all of them, but a couple of my aunts played clawhammer style and everything. But I really loved the banjo, and in 1950, my uncle came to the house and left an old banjo. And I tried to learn, and I finally did learn. I'm dumber than dirt, but I finally learned that. But I've always liked banjos and everything. And so, in the year of 2000, I was sitting around one day and I thought, I'm just going to get Jerry Keys and Jim Millsaps and a bunch of them to bring their old pre-war banjos and just have a banjothon. I thought,
sure.
They've had Toyota-thons and everything like that. So I thought, well, we'll just call it banjothon. So I called some of my buddies, and we had 8 banjos that year at the house.
8?
8 banjos.
Mm-hmm.
So the next year, I called Steve Huber, and he came up, and we had 13 banjos. And so the next year, I started calling people, and I thought, whoa, I can't have it at the house no more, right. Because everybody said, yeah, I'm coming. So Jim Mills came, and Huber, and a bunch more of them, and so we had 34 banjos that year.
Wow.
And then it got too big for that place that we was having it in, so we had it over at the church that I belonged to, had it in the cafeteria and everything, and so we had it there about 3 or 4 years, and it just steadily kept growing and everything like that. So we finally outgrew the church, and we had to move over here at Music Row. And last year, I believe the best we could count, we had 175 banjos.
Wow.
And I never dreamed it would ever turn into that. It just was something that I liked. I liked old banjos and things like that, but
well, we all owe you a debt of gratitude for having the vision and the wherewithal and the desire to keep the thing going.
There's a lot of work, you
Yes,
wouldn't believe the amount of work that goes into it, and we never do it. Don't make any money or nothing like that. Never have. As long as we can break even, that's okay.
Yeah.
I finally got Barry Palmer. I said, Barry, you're going to have to tap me on this banjothon, and he said, okay. And so, of course, Barry's got a lot of banjos,
Sure,
and
right.
You could.
And we're going to get Barry in here in a few minutes.
Yeah, get him in here, and the thing about Barry's got a lot of unusual banjos and things like that. For instance, he's got original 5-string 11, and he's got 4 necks for it,
exactly.
And stuff like that. And we all see 3s and Granadas and things like that, but you don't see this stuff that Gibson put out years ago. And to me, that really
unique.
Is
That's the
unique and things like that. And this year, Gruen is here, with banjos this big,
right.
I guess guitar banjos.
Yeah.
And
we're going to walk the floor in a few minutes and take some video of what's actually out there on the floor sitting in stands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It we was supposed to be all original flatheads, and everything like that. Well, then we said, well, if it's original 5-string with original neck in it and everything like that, then but we have to kindly watch about people coming in with their banjos that they build at the house out of Stumac parts and things like that, because it's not that we don't want them, it's just we don't have room for them.
Right.
So
there's got to be a certain level of control in order to keep it manageable, and I think you guys have done a great job of doing just that.
And here's another thing too that we stress, that we don't have children. I mean, we shouldn't have children to come.
Right.
I know they come in off the street and things like that, and it's not that we don't want them, but you take an $150,000 or $200,000 banjo or lower mandolin or something like that, I'd sure hate to. To somebody.
It's too much jeopardy.
Yes, it is.
For everybody, for everyone.
It's not that we don't want the public and things like that. I wished it was where we could do that. Had a bigger place,
You bet.
And have it set up, fenced off to where you can't get to the banjos and things like that.
But the larger it would get like that, the more impersonal it becomes.
Yes, it would.
And what's out there on the floor right now are friends and people that have developed relationships.
like Crow said, he said, I don't want to come see banjos. I want to come see my friends. He said,
right.
you know, and he said that's the reason, you know, he came, and so. But it's something that still, as long as they can do it, you know, and keep it to a level where we don't charge for people,
Sure.
you know, if they want to make a donation, okay.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
we cater lunch. I used to furnish lunch
Wow.
free, myself cooking,
Right.
me and my wife cooking.
I think this is
together.
my 5th year of being here now.
Yeah.
And it's I'm sure much more cost effective, okay, to cater it in. It's
Well-
good, and it's good lunch too.
When I did it myself, me and my wife did it, and we furnished the food, and it was all free and everything like that. People said, "You see so and so banjo?" I said, "I didn't look at any
Right.
banjos, you know."
Right.
And it
Too
was
busy.
Just, it was just so. And now for the last 2 or 3 years, and I've got Barry in with heaven. At least I can talk to people, and I don't want anybody that's thinking I'm high hatting them or nothing like that.
Right.
It's just one of these things that.
Well, I can tell you universally, because of the people I talk to, they've never felt that way.
Well,
Never felt
I
that
don't
way.
ever want to pass by somebody and not speak or
You
something
betcha.
like that. And when I was doing all the work, I couldn't. You know, I
Right.
couldn't. So it's one of those things that.
Larry, take us through a number.
Okay,
And
let me do
and-
this right here.
Sure.
This is not a pre-war, but let me say this much right here, and I owe it to my good friend Bill Blaylock. I always use his rings, regardless.
Right.
You know, and this is an old neck that it's probably a 50 or 60-year-old that I've had laying around and stuff, and an old resonator and things. And this pot, I don't know, it's probably 50-year-old or something like that, but. Bill Blaylock said, "Bring that thing and let me put one of these new era conversion rings on it." So I said, "Okay." So what I did was I took it to Bill. Then I met him, and it sounds pretty good to be just a conversion ring.
Right.
I think it's the best ring right now that Bill's put out as far as all the rings he's ever put out is this new era ring.
Good.
And so. Man, I'm rusty as can be on a banjo because I just don't play no more, but I'll try to play a little bit.
Please do.
All right.
We'll appreciate it. You know something, Larry? We all should be that rusty.
Well, I just don't play anymore, but I still like them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.